So we're doing a test fit here, and I don't know if I'll ever get this out again, but oh my gosh, it's perfect. Just tap that in just a little bit. Look at that. It's perfectly flush, and you can see my you can see my Dragon engines here. You gotta do a little paint on that, but they're looking pretty good. But yeah, that fit perfect. This is nice and flush. Wow, couldn't be better. So there's our test fit of our fins right there. That's the back end of the booster for the Starship. And now that we know that fits, I'm going to be pulling this back out, and then we're going to be working with this metallic wrap that I bought for like 20 bucks on Amazon, and it's for cars, but it's got a really nice metallic looking stainless steel type thing that the Starship has. So we're going to pull this out, and then we're going to wrap the whole tube, and then it'll be easier to do it that way, and then we'll cut the slots with a knife, trim this up, and get this inserted back in. What we got going on today, this tube has been glassed, slots have been cut, doing a little bit of filler here just to fill some gaps, and the goal today is we're going to paint this a metallic silver, which is a little bit different than when I do the rest of the tube, because we are going to utilize metallic car wrap. Again, we're building a Starship. The lower part is stainless steel metal, so we're using this car wrap, and we're going to wrap the lower part of this tube in this metal to make it look authentic. So we'll have a little bit of a silver paint up here. I got to put some detail work here, and then we're going to wrap the rest of the tube in this. In addition to that, hopefully today we're going to get the upper part where the parachute will sit of the Starship. So that's about how long the Starship will be. This is a 1/48 scale. So all right, so what we have here is we got phenolic tubing, 7.5 inches. We glassed the tubes first, and then we wrapped it in a metallic car wrap, because we know the Starship's made of metal, right? Stainless steel or whatever Elon Musk is using. So we decided to wrap this thing in an aluminum looking wrap. It came out pretty good, pretty smooth. There's a couple of bubbles here and there, but nothing too bad actually to worry about. So we have our upper area where the chute will go. We have our electronics bay, and we put a band in the opposite direction here. It's kind of cool looking. And we got a couple little seams that we'll take care of, but that's what we're looking at right now. I'm going to insert the fins, and we're going to take a look to see how that looks. All right, we had a little difficulty getting this in, but I got it lined up perfectly, and this went right in. So this is what it looks like with the fins. Let me give you a little lower shot here. And here's my belt trick again, to have those multiple engines that the Starship booster has. And we got a 75mm right here in the center. We'll be mounting this in permanently in a few days. And then we have a lot of trim and different details that we're going to put on here for this rocket to make it look good. All right, right now I am, hopefully you can hear me over the air conditioning, but I'm mixing up some West Systems epoxy 105 and 206 with some 404 powder. It's a high density powder, makes it thicker and stronger. So we're mixing that up right now, and the goal today is we're going to get our motor mount and fins inserted into the back of our Starship booster. So I want to make sure this is mixed very well, and you can can see the consistency is a little bit thicker. And I like it that way too. It doesn't run as much. So get this mixed up really good here. I think we're gonna have some dripping problems. Okay, that's working. I might be better off with a spoon of some kind. That's working. Rotate this a little bit. Get more in there. Like I said, I don't want to drip this upper section here because that's where my electronic bay is going. Okay, looking good. Get a little bit on this bottom part. Oh, shit. Make sure I just dropped a little bit. Because no matter how perfect you are, I use a laser level for my fins. No matter how perfect you are, it could be off just slightly. And by cutting the slots to match the fins, you want to make sure that you're inserting them the same way. So I have a fin marked here, number 1. And here we go. We're going to try to get this inserted without too much trouble here. Right up into the rocket. This is going to start. And there I started to grab some glue. And now what I'm going to do, we're going to put more epoxy just on the inside here so the second ring can grab additional epoxy. Again, we don't want to overdo it because I don't want to drip it all over, but you're definitely going to make sure we have enough on there. This goes all the way in. Dripping now all over the place. Rocket. So, all right, we're gonna go up. And this should be slot number 1. Yes, it is. It should go right in, like so. Talk about perfect, huh? Wow. Right there. All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna want to tie this down because it's not quite long enough to, and there's a lot of weight in the back, so I don't want this thing to fall off. So we're going to tie this up. All right, so now, yeah, we got plenty of room to put more epoxy at the top here. We can look right inside the tube and you can see the upper ring, and that'll give us more than enough. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. All right, I got you looking right down the tube now, and you can see our centering ring. And what this cable is, this is a safety cable. This is mounted to the middle ring, and what I use that for is just a little extra strength in case something breaks up top. That'll be connected to the recovery harness. That way we have a little extra backup and the rocket won't fall apart or come apart on its descent on the way down. But you can see how the epoxy is right up to the top. But we want to make sure is I got enough going all around the perimeter here. So I'm going to load this up and try to get a nice bead all the way around. Now, I might be better off just pouring it in, but I don't want to get too messy here. But I want that nice all the way around this tube. I think I got it. Looks pretty good. A little bit here. Let me take a little bit from here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so we got a really nice fillet right there. Hopefully you can still see that. Yeah, I'll move you a little closer. So you got a nice fillet all the way around. And we're going to leave this thing vertical and let this dry. And then once that's done, then we can talk about our coupler and some of the electronics that are going to go in here. We're going to put our rail buttons on. And I also got some detail work I'm going to do around the fins. So I'll show you that when I get there. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I know some of them are a little bit long. Hang in there, and maybe you'll learn something.